Hello and welcome for today's episode of the character sheet that is in mimic shape. Character sheet that is a mimic. We'll be going over the brief information that we had previously. We have the ID for the page number 1, where you have the stats and everything that you kind of need to go play the game. And right now we're kind of brainstorming on page number 2. It's the about section, everything about your character. And this is where we left off. And I've decided, and after some thinking, that it is best for me, in my own best interest, that I only show the brainstorming part on Twitch and on YouTube, and not focus on the entire line-up department. Otherwise, people might, pull one on me. And nonetheless, it's pretty cool to perhaps in 50 years or something, if I'm still alive, like look back at what I did, like, oh bloody blimey. My word. Alright, anywho, welcome. I hope you're all doing good and having a grand time, and let's get to it. Let's get to this whole puzzle piece. Let's get the brushes in check. Don't want to rotate my canvas, I have a button for that. Took me 3 months to discover I have put it back to normal button, which is quite nifty if I'm thinking about it. Photoshop doesn't have that button, or maybe it has nowadays, but it kind of didn't when I started out with it. Clip Studio Paint does. It's this little circle over here, the rotation button to recenter everything. Oh, it's been my hero. Sometimes I work like this, and I turn the canvas around, and then, oops-a-daisy, where did I go? Whoop! And we're back at it. Right, so it's our work in progress. Let's enhance that a bit and look at our references. I'm just gonna go grab the references and this is the about page. This is what we're working on. Make a copy. Flip and paste. There we go. Now I don't have to zoom in meticulously every time we want to pick up our reference. This is the official D&D character sheet, and here they have the nice little place for you to get your character appearance, like either you write it down like describing it, it's left open, it's blank, or most people they fetch an image from the internet, or they have friends that draw stuff for them. My party ends up being fairly lucky at times. Not always. I do have my own schedule and my own life, so I can't always draw characters for everybody. But that's not going to be it, especially not for free. I gotta live too, gotta pay rent. But oh hey, undo that what you did. Oh, redo then, I guess redo. I did not touch my keyboard, but apparently we had a bit of a glitch over there going back in couple of traces. Anywho, going on. So most important thing I believe is how do we want to roleplay our character, and that should be summed up in this page. So once more, we're not looking to improve our D&D character sheet, the original one, because it's pretty good as is. We're just looking for a fun way to express our needs and wants, and maybe it aligns with someone else's needs and wants to help people play the game a wee bit better, or at least, have fun. Right, so we have our quotes. That was a thing. I can read it. I can read it. Bonds. I would almost say runs, because I can barely read my own handwriting. That's a real hold up pain. Let me make the beat a little better. Gonna go grab. Didn't say that you could turn it. There we go. Come on. Ah, there we go. That's better. Bonds. Better. So we have the likes and dislike pile over here, and there was some IDs with teeth. Now, I do remember that in previous session I wanted things to be like a continuation. Probably pronouncing that completely wrong, but sometimes I am a punctual disaster. So for that, I'm gonna go grab the final sketch right over there. Go here, and it might still be messed up and distorted once we get to work with it. Whoop. Drag and drop. And how does that look? It doesn't look too shabby or too convincing right now as it is. And I'm using some opacity over here. I'm just gonna put that down so we have a clear indication like, oh, we're working on the wrong layer, rather than having these two next to each other and not have that kind of in the background of your mind like, oh hey. Down two. Whoop, there we go. Like the thing is, why I want it to be a continuation is that if you have it printed and you put it next to one another, it looks like super funny, like a book that you can open. Or in this case, the continuation of said mimic. And these teeth could be a little tinier. And I remember that we also talked about the trident-like teeth, and that come from the leopard seal. I like that. So, oh no, we have some stuff to think about. Like there could be a line of text going this way as well. I'm not gonna do that right now because the typography will be near the end of everything when I'm done. I just have to keep things in mind, as in spacing, like how much space do I have to give for a certain amount of, you know, things to still be readable. Like the readability needs to be priority number one. When you work with typography, like, oh, that's a fancy handwriting, like, oh, look at that fancy stuff, and can you read it? That's not very nice for new players or anyone really. Also, if you have any ideas or questions, you feel free to ask them in chat. That's also a thing. I have a couple of screens, so I can, you know, switch my hat to the left or the right and see what's going on in chat. I'm really thinking about it. I think that this curve that we have right over here, like wee, and this going wee, it could be a very good one to end the thing with as well. Like we have the in-between page, if you get my drift. But then this is like the way of the mimic. How it looks like. Oh, it's coming together lovely. I just gotta scratch this out a little bit. Like we have the midsection right over here. Maybe an eye. Another eye. Blimey, these things have a lot of eyes. That's what we love them for. Garble, garble, garble. Alright, enough tinkering. So as long as I get a drift of what I want. Blip, 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 blip. Just had a bit of a safe over there, layer safe, something I do. And I advise everybody else, do the same thing. If you don't work with, well, safes. And anyway, everybody has his own method to go save things. Mine is the layer save, and whatever works for you is grand. But for me, the layer save is like, oh hey, I'm starting this whole brand new ID, and going so and so, and I made steps that are beyond 1,000, and I can't go back no more. Yoink, I can. And it has nothing to do about being insecure about your own work. It makes you more gutsy from my point of view. And I know that in digital artwork you can easily, you know, save and store things. And you can't do that with any oil painting that you work on traditionally. So take the advantage that you have when working with the digital tools that you have. When I'm working with oil paints, I've busted myself trying to use the Ctrl-Z on my actual painting and getting paint on my fingers. Like, oh. And in that instance, I completely forgot that it was not an option. It's quite funny. So yeah, I fare both ways. Traditional and digital. And considering both paths that I take as an artist, when it comes down to hobby stuff like this, I'm fairly slow. Is it commission or is it paid work? Then I'm pretty fast, depending on on the commission and work. Like if friends are demanding, like crazy demanding an entire piece that like like the Mona Lisa or something. I tell them like, sorry, I can't deliver you the Mona Lisa, and I'm gonna be super slow because you're getting a fairly low price for the work I do. And I usually kind of, you know, put them on delay and let other people that are actually, you know, paying the full price advance on them, while puzzling together on the thing that they ordered. But so long as they're aware of this in time, and before you start your commission, like, oh hey, you're not paying the market value, you're paying like far below that. So it's gonna take maybe 2 years, maybe longer, before I complete a piece. And they're fine with it. I'm not saying that I'm gonna pull off market price for everybody, that's only for my friends and family. And with friends and family, I mean utterly close friends and family, and not just people I know. But the thing is, with this character sheet, I want it to be available for the masses, so the chances are I'm really debating if I should go for the price once I'm done, like €1 or €2. It has to be probably below 5, because I still want everyone to be able to purchase it, so it has to be either a fiver or something that's low door, low key, so everyone can get a hold of what I've been building. And actually, let's put it up over here. It has to be 5 or below 5. Or below. That's a note. Boop. We have our bonds, our history. It's no longer a mystery. Quotes. Quotes can help players play their character. I love me quotes. I always set them up for my own character, so it's something I wanted to incorporate in the character sheet to help players play their character. If you have a couple of quotes that you can yell at your DM at random or timely timed, waiting for the exact moment so you can tag in on your quote. It's usually me at the table, like, can I? Yes, this is the perfect moment. Quote time. So I have a lot of things prepared as a player. As for the player type, I would definitely see myself being a bit of the actor, but then more of the NPC vibed actor. I don't know what it is. Real life, I'm such an NPC too. I guess that's the thing. And I build characters to build characters. Could be an iron little chest plate. It's like a key locket. Like, because we have a handle going on right over here, like the handle with the death saving throws we talked about. Maybe have some type of chain thingy going on. I had a dice right off there being stuck between the teeth. And this was a, I believe, 1d4. So it should be triangular. Not. I was doing something else over there. I forgot. Oops. But is it going to be stuck between the teeth? So we have some more over there. I really have to think about how it got stuck between the teeth. Maybe it's angled or something in a position. It could be just like that. Like, oh blimey. Starting to feel bad for this mimic. Oh, that looks right. So just leaving it at that. Boom, 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 boom. Probably some teeth too. Because teeth. It's the first thing I always think about a mimic, or eyes and teeth. Because they have that in, like, a lot. You know, maybe I've been tackling this the wrong way. It's one of those things. Gonna stack these two things together. Merge. Sample. Even though I made the sample myself, we're gonna call that sample, and we're gonna call this number 1. Teacher always taught me when I still was attending to college and I graduated, FYI, always number, or at least always name your layers. So in the namesake for naming my layers, I always turn them up, not 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he asked me during one of these assessments, like, you didn't name your layers, did you? Like, yes, sir, yes, I did. Look closely. And then he noticed that I just, 1, 2, 3, 4. And he let out a huge sigh. I disappointed him, but I won. I got my statement on. Besides, working with numbers there's nothing wrong with it. For me, it works. That is one thing, though, that if I have to deliver it to a company, I actually do make work from it. And that's important, folks. Do keep in mind that if you have to share a PSD file for a company that you're working for, then this would not be layer number 1. This would be either sketch, because this is still very sketchy. You have to name it to it what you're doing on a particular layer, oh, these are the teeth. So I have a layer filled with teeth. This is line work. Then you name line work teeth and etc. So it's more of a bookwork that is like being capable of mapping through it fairly easily, rather than going by 1, 2, 3, 4. But yeah, that is me. I love to stack it. I'm gonna make a duplicate of these two. Whoop, and I only have to select them and drag them to it. The new little layer button. There we go. And then I am going to rotate. For now, I don't need to keep an eye on the size. And we're going to turn this canvas around. Ta-da! And also get Nightbot to do some music things, because it stopped. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Come on, Nightbot. There we go. That's better. Alright, so we have our references turned upside down. Let's change that too. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. The first page is already something that we have. Now I also want this one. I'm gonna copy that. And I'm gonna paste it. Paste. Laying this one over here. Doesn't have to be perfect, so because these are references, we're using them to look at and not to draw over or anything like it. Alright, I'm gonna turn this one off. That one too. Still enough space? Yes, space, the final frontier. It's always a thing. Right. This is going to be number 2. I'm working on it. Time to sip some coffee. All right. So we have the upside down D4 right over there. This could be a hint to its Stranger Things, as an upside down world. Upside down D4. Ha ha ha. It's a far-fetched reference, really far-fetched. It's not that someone's going to notice. They'd have to watch the stream to actually hear me say this, and then even it's still very far-fetched. Like, oh, so you refer to the upside down world with a D4. Yeah, triangle. We have a thing going on over there, and here. We had the bonds that were thingy that were going to have a spot over here. We still have to figure something out. That we have this, but here we go. Thing is, I love probably a leather strap with some either some metal buttons on it, and I love for that to be placed more strategically. Like, oh, how many codes do I have? Hardy, hardy, hard, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's supposed to be 4 because D4. It's not a D3. You do have a D3, but they're less common. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because if people are very unsure about their quotes and they don't know when to put them in, give them an extra handle for the DM as well. Like, hey, roll your D4, time to quote. Something like that. Pew, 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 pew. Or randomly, because we all love to roll the dice and kind of want an excuse to roll a dice. At least I want them. And I'm the kind of player that gives myself the excuse to go roll with dice. And the DM always stares at me like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just rolling the dice to decide whether or not I'm going to do the following. But yeah, to be real clear and real honest, that's only a trait that appears when I think to myself, I haven't rolled my dice enough. Let's make them babies roll a little more. I don't need combat to roll my dice. Absolutely not. But in a way, every adult is just a big child with responsibilities. And I'm one of those too. Could be a ruby or a gem. Because, you know, bonds, they're worth a lot. Let's shine on, you crazy diamond. Or shattered. Oof. No. Mimic is the trinket hoarder. The ultimate trinket hoarder. So once more, for the people who are watching, if you have any suggestions or ideas, feel free to use the chat. Always that for a read. I would usually refer to listening, but I'm the one doing the talking and you can't quite talk unless you're using the talk to speech button, which is installed but sounds quite awkward. I do like these frames right over there. They'll be like the shiny metal frames. Lovely keeper. I'm just trying to decide on all what you could find in a treasure chest. Maybe this has to be some sort of shield. I'm gonna park the thoughts about diamonds too. But I did like the toothache option as well. Could be a tooth that comes up between right here. One of these very large teeth. And one might wonder, like, oh, how does that unfold? I mean, then you'd have a mimic with one. Hold up, I'd have to draw this. Does it make sense? Well, the tiny teeth, like, one big tooth. Now I go here. Tooth. Yeah, one big tooth. It looks wonky. It would be nice, but I'm not gonna do that. Nope. Nope. I do like the D4 being stuck a little more. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Mm-hmm. I make a duplicate layer right over here because we had in mind that this be a painting or a frame of a painting, so that would be stuck between the teeth. Gnarly. This mimic is clearly chewing on more than it's supposed to. But that makes it lovable. Like a chewy, drooly friend that chews on everything. Oh wait, you have a name for that. It's called a dog. Alright, so our newly found dog mimic. Chewing on a painting, chewing on potion bottles, dice. So nice. Has a handle, so he has a leash. Could be funny that if we have super large change, so I have to figure out where they go. But the bonds, that could be names written on, like Alfred or Ben. It's like where you write down your character names, so people that matter to you, that they're just stuck in chains. That's solid. But that would overwrite with a section right over here, like doo, 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 doo. It's getting fairly chaotic too. I have to think where to put those chains. Could make them more straightforward, like going from bottom to top, but I do like things to be a bit angled. There we have it. So they just go kind of flip through the mimic. Poor thing. We have names, maybe shorter names right over there, but and the fun thing is that even on the other side of the sheet, you're not missing too much right over here, so that could be a thing. Would this still work? Yes, it does. Amazing. I'm gonna have so many struggles to put this into PDF format. As you can see over here, you can copy paste and have the text applied to here if you have this. This is again Adobe Reader or something. Everyone has it, or even in on the internet you have websites that offer you to write on your PDF files. But you'd have to kind of code and program, or at least code in some of these areas where people can write. And I have them all over the place. I mean, if we're going to work with those chains, they're going to be everywhere. What am I doing? Bad shit crazy. Yep. Oh well. Time to make another copy. Boop. And we'll get rid of this sublime text right over there, referring to a whole lot of bookload nothing. I mean, I'd still have to look up on how actually I want these changed, what kind of design I want for them, because there are a few. Right now I just took the chain link that was definitely in my head and stuck in there. It's definitely chaotic, put it like that. I am going to go grab a selection tool. I'm gonna play with it. So I'm gonna cut it out and paste it on the next layer so I can move it around the canvas without bothering any other scribbles. So I do like the wonkiness that is this chain work. I did like the teeth first, but the teeth don't provide a continuation of the character sheet. Otherwise I'd have to figure out how to implement teeth in the middle of there. And it is possible. It's fairly possible, but I believe it's more fun to go this way. That would be rad, like some sort of piercing. And it links to it, at least it hints back to it that this chain has everything to do with the character profile, the character appearance. Yeah. Still leaves enough spot for everything else. And whatever this was over there, probably some goals. You could sum it up on the chain link as well. Oh, did I just say it? Oh, yes. Yes. I did. Don't forget what you did there. That's why naming your layer is important, so you don't get confused like me. And then proudly claim, oh, I remember. No, you don't. After some time I'm working continuously on, like, oh, I'm doing here, a little bit there, you're gonna lose the way. Probably also what my teacher tried to teach me, but didn't manage to do so. Oops. Yeah, at least it works for when I work for a company, then I do apply all of the rules that I'm supposed to adhere to, and always ask, like, how do they want things delivered, make sure that I delivered them correctly. Could be that it is stuck in a tooth. You have teeth right over here, like, yeah. It's like a tooth piercing. I have no clue if that's painful or not. I think so. Yes. No. Answer is yes, that is painful. Teeth piercings. Yeah, oof. Let's not. No. I do not recommend anyone to go for that. No. Nope. Definite nope. Now, let's see where we It's like Patrick Star in the corner. No. Patrick Star with a piercing. Let's not. So I'm gonna go and that one. These two. That's work. So that's going to become number 3. Even though we're far past number 3. Aha. Could be on a loose end, could be just, you know, swiggling here, there. Doesn't have to be stuck in teeth. It's part of the mimic. My dice are downstairs, so I don't have a d4 that I can twist and turn around. I'm just gonna go. Whoop. There. Do exactly do that. We have the bonds. That could be written down over here. Creative writing. It's a chain link, yay! Alright, this is number 3. And this was number 4. And this is number work in progress. It's a copy of our sample, so that's going to be sample number 2. Bloop! There we go, better. At least for me, I can figure this out. Not get too confused about it. Radio. Now we have history. So what I'm trying to do here is make everything part of the mimic, the original chess mimic that we have in 5th edition, and unfold that as in things that it may have devoured, and it makes sense for it to be in a certain location. Like, hey, between the teeth we have a painting or a canvas that it's chewing on. It's chewing on dice. It's belching. It has a couple of eyes. I should really think about in that particular spot, but I think it's cool, so we're gonna leave it over there. So the original mimic has a lot of eyes, and I love them that they have these spider-like eyes. Sometimes they have many of them. Sometimes they have one center on the eye. It really depends on the artist. And with mimics, you can be a little creative. Something I want to do definitely with this character sheet. So let's put in dividers. It's going right over there. 1, 2. You have some dividers going over here as well. Beep, beep, beep. 2, and this will be 3 over there when we get to it. So what is really important, you have the age, height and weight, eye color, skin color, hair color. Standard stuff that's in this corner. I'm really debating about what the mimic could be chewing on. Is it like maybe a scroll or something? But that would have creaks all over the place. That would not be looking nice. Like, okay, it's chewing on a piece of paper. Not gonna look nice. It doesn't have to look nice. It can be wet paper stuck between its teeth. It chewed up a magical scroll, a potion, or the scroll that has the spell on invisibility on it. It's not turning the mimic invisible, but it is wasting a spell scroll. That is, it's expensive. And you have the potion of invisibility. But what if you had a spell scroll that does that? Bad mimic, bad. Alright, usually how they crease it up is whoop. So it's going to be paper. And we have some lines, some squiggly lines that you can write some stuff on. Would be funnier if you'd write in the creeks. So I'll have to get creative with that one. Make it look okay design wise and still readable. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we have middle point. 3, 4, 5. 6. We'll go figure. Still in the ID branch. Just choose on many things. It has many parts. And I for sure want a whole lot of thief. Maybe this leather strip could continue on right over there. Or not. Maybe it has been used to be part of. But this mimic is kinda, you know, growing or moving, shifting, shape changing thing it does. So it's mid that while chewing on paper and a whole lot of other items. Flip, 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 flip. But these could be plaques of wood that it is trying to mimic. Wood does a thing when it expands and starts to fall apart. It's like splintering a bit. Kind of the effect I'm looking for here because this mimic is resetting itself. Still need enough space to do our right thingy and some things up and down. And it has to be an utterly fun thing to look at. To give joy to the character sheet every day or every time you look at it when playing. This was our history plaque. Boop, boop, boop. So we have the bonds right over here. It's a part of with allies and organization. Dislikes could be here. It's like a toothache. Maybe there's a tooth growing through, but it can't be larger than this one right over there. So maybe it's in a set of teeth. Boop, boop, boop. Throwing that one off. Quotes. Bones. History. Whoop. And copy and paste. And I want another door handle, of course, at the other end of the character sheet where we saw our spells. So you can literally pick it up like a little box. A little box that it is. Kind of the idea. Whoop. And then it would make sense to have these little markers run over here. For your spells and stuff like that. And up here is going to be your most important spells, like the higher tier level spells. In spell scrolls format, because it's happily holding onto this without trying to chew it. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I don't mind the very first part of this lovely scroll having been chewed, because mimics chew a lot. They're like little dogs, little large dogs. And what could be more funnier than having an actual, you know, drawn out spell scroll as your spells? Maybe here's where a tooth pokes through. What? Go through. Yeah, and I have gone outside of the boundaries of the character sheet. And that should be possible. I mean, it's creative anyway. So here we have some stuff written in the gum. Like spell level could be here, DC. So we're hiding teeth, yeah, things in the teeth. Again. So many tiny teeth. You gotta love a mimic. And here you could see how many spells you've probably used, like off level. That could be a thing. Having a handle over there. Got spellcasters among us. Starting to look like something. Like another classic layer safe. And maybe to have the potion stuck in here. Like a larger potion bottle. Like, let's say this mimic is extremely cute and very chewy, so all of your stuff is going to be chewed on. That's the perfect party animal. A dog. I think DMs are going to love this. Especially if they have loot goblins for a party and then one of their party members brings in a mimic and the loot goblin isn't wary enough of what a mimic kind of does, and oops. Was that a bag of holding? It's been chewed up now. Every time you put something in it, something else falls out of it. Still debating about the bottom row teeth because we have some extra teeth that don't make much sense because we have the mouth going right over there. So I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee and think about this. Also gonna do the following. I'm inclined to say... Sample 1, sample 2. I'm gonna make them merge. I don't mind that. It's going to be number 7. Number 8. Whoop. Again, going for the work in progress name layer. Yep, super adorable. And I am fond of the spell scroll being stuck in the mimic's mouth all the way. And so kind of chewing it up, but not, you know, properly. And a piece of parchment. Might have to think about that. Just over here, like what could it be? It has to be a different color if I start coloring. It could be another type of bottle. Yeah, mimics do love their treasure, so that's the thing too. Maybe it's chewing up coins. Could be, could be. And the real question, like, why is there another potion bottle stuck between his teeth? And again, why not? Different subjects might be a little funnier. Thing. Lovely little handles right up there. These are a viable option. Metal buttons. Not a fan of that. Bloop. Here we go, back at it. A lovely spell scroll burrito. Hey, hello. Enigmas, if I can call you that. Thank you for the compliment. Still working on it and tinkering with the design itself, but thanks. Thanks, Pally. And welcome. go for the very weird character sheets that are, I have no clue how I'm gonna incorporate this in PDF format. Oh, oh my. I have to get very creative to get that one done. If I'm gonna go out of the borders of the initial squares that you work with, and I know it's possible. I've seen it before. Blimey, might need to ask my pals and friends for help. Let alone how to get this printed when going to yeah, conventions and stuff like that, and wanting to sell the character sheet once it's done. Like that's going to be quite a thing. Happy chomper. Maybe if I turn this pile over here into buttons, that would make more sense. Now it's starting to look too adorable, and I don't want that. Like, I do love an adorable mimic, but I want this one to be a little bit more daunting. So, flip, work layer, and a very large eye in the middle is it's okay. Guess if I'm not gonna give it. Yeah, they do. They do look kind of cute, and I don't want it to be too cute. That's all. Stuff. Stuff. Yeah, that would be nice. Or focus on the player character that it has. And don't make the pupils too large, because otherwise it becomes too cute, and I don't initially want to go for that. So I have to figure out something over here. We have our spell scroll, abilities, I shouldn't be making it too large as well, because if we are delivering it in PDF format, I have issues. But then you have all the blank space at the top right off there. It's not something I want. So to minimize that blank space, I could see if I can scale this lovely little thing down. I mean, if I ever go to a print shop with this, with a finalized ID, and every curved corner thing that has to be probably cut out, and they're not gonna like me. I know that they have a lot of machinery that can actually deal with a lot of stuff, but okay, let's not make it more horrible than it is. Like cutting out a piece right over there, like whee, and have some drool going on over there. But I do like that. I mean, it couldn't be a mimic otherwise. And now it has more of a spider-like feel to it, which is fine, but may not be lovely for the people who have arachnophobia, and sadly a lot of people have arachnophobia. I'm not one of them. I love spiders, but if I want to go bring this to the market, I might wanna look at the original mimic design one more moment. And that's going to be angled. It's by Eric Belize. I'm gonna go copy this flip. But then again, it kind of has a bit of a spider-like feel to it. That's where we left off. And paste. And transform. So you guys know where to find your lovely mimic, your Sterile. It's on page number 220 on the Monster Manual. Artist is Eric Belize. Or Belisol? Belisol? I have no clue how to pronounce it, and I'm very sorry. I tried. So that kind of does look spider-y, and we have multiple teeth top of its head design as well. It's not exactly that it has an iris going on or a pupil going on in the middle of it like a frog would, but almost. Some whoop. Turn this down and go this way. There. That's a lovely bugger. Well, it's more satisfying for people with arachnophobia not to be so terrified of it anymore. Get rid of that. I already made my notes. Boom, 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 boom. I still have to justify why I put another potion bottle in between the teeth right over there. Really got to think about that. Coins make sense. This now makes more sense too, and I know that is a huge spot just for your passive perception. On the final result. Now or not hit that. Still have to do a lot of line work. This is just well, this is a sketchy idea that been building upon. And along the way I had some help from friends. Bioma being one of them. I'm gonna tone that down a bit and also think of a way to, because we only have one little circle over there, and usually when it comes down to stats, we have this lovely little square, and then we have a circle, as people may remember. And some people put up main number over here and their bonus over there, and other people will go for the 14 over there and the +2 right over there. But either way, I'm by the way one of those people who does that for some reason. I have no clue why. And I've been told by people who go this way, oh, this way is the better way. And I'm starting to see why it's the better way, because you don't use the number 14, you actually use the thing that you use is the +2. you don't use that other number. So it makes much more sense to have that plus on the double. But enough of that, everybody to each his own. How to incorporate that into our little bundle of idea bundle. I do like to drool, but I think I'm gonna add more drool here and there. Like, wee. I mean, it's chewy. It's like a dog, so have your character sheet be a dog mimic that chews up about everything you toss at it. Yes, the modifier is indeed an important number, and yes, exactly. Gotcha. Like, we could incorporate like little fancy shields, and within those fancy shields, maybe have the sword or something, and have the 14 drawn on the sword, and then a +2 right over here, but with a dagger or something like that. Nah. Right, let's continue buggering on until we've got this. Whoop. There we go, next layer, just in case. So if I want a shield-like item, and it has a circle, and 14 +2. I'm gonna park that thought. Whoop. A D4 and a I would really need my references for a D20, but you get the gist. I mean, let's just make circle. Whoop. 14 +2. Looks like a wizard. Maybe not a character sheet, not this one. Also in the news, stay hydrated, people. It's fairly hot in the Netherlands, and if you live in the Netherlands like me, have your water nearby. It's ridiculous hot past few days. And for my fellow Dutchies, we don't fare well in hot weather. Admit it. We don't do that. We start to melt like terrible snowmen and snowwomen the minute the sun starts shining. It could be like a tooth. And then on that tooth we'd have the trident teeth. Aha! From our leopard seal. We have that 14 +2. Let's see how that looks like. Quick layer save. Yeah, dexterity right over there. Oh, right now our mimic is starting to look like something from the Absolute Nightmare. Absolute Nightmare material. Just how I like it. Jagged teeth everywhere. Then what is this? This might be, you know, like Alien from the movie The Alien. Mouth within a mouth, teeth within teeth. Which actually comes from an animal that is very real and lives on our planet. Can you guess which one? Oh, also try the 14 in the drool falling from the teeth. That's a lovely idea. I might incorporate that. As for guess your animal, it's a moray eel or a murray eel, however you pronounce that. You can look it up on Google and they'll show you that it has a jaw within a jaw. Don't pet them. Please don't. If they bite, and even if they don't want to, you will lose digits. Dun, 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 dun. Not too sure about this. One step back, and we're gonna incorporate the drool. Lovely ID, by the way. Goblin shark, nice. Also, one that actually exists and has a very lovely dental things. Yep. Golly gosh. Goblin shark, that's been a while since I thought about that one. So here we have 14 plus 2. I don't know. It could be number 10 and plus 0. I mean, plus 0. But I don't like that. It's like plus 0. At least 14 plus 2 sounds positive. Look. It's starting to look like something. I love the drool commentary. I mean, that was amazing. Thank you so much. Look at that. Golly gosh, this works so well. Let me see. Your name is Enigmas and underscore yes, underscore O. I would say for this comment I'm gonna give you a discount when I get this product done. So if you would mind join the Discord so I can get a hold of you when need be, that would be lovely. I'm gonna, it's still in chat, you can see the Discord that we've got. I'm not sure what kind of discount, but I do want to give you a discount on this product, even though it's gonna be bloody cheap, because I want it to be available for everybody. But this is so nice. I just love the drool pot. Look at that. It works. Blip, blip, blip. Like your friendly doggy. That. Spitting out the numbers. Plus 2, 14. 14 plus 2. Plus 2, 14. Yeah. And here we have the passive perception. Like I spy with the eye that is inside of me. mimics. They're filled with surprises. And again, the trinket boxes, so why not? Boop, boop, boop. And passive perception, that could be. Usually it's in about 12, 13. Casual. Magic eyeball. Or it's a magic eyeball, but I don't think they have that in D&D, so. I also like the deck of many things, but I have to think about that. So we have the belching inspiration over here in this corner. Still very nice. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Oh wow, thank you, Enigmas. And yes, I'm very happy for your help as well. Thank you again. And yes, the acid spitting doggy, indeed, in bloody deed, because everything is a dog. I'm gonna sit with my coffee and think about where to go next with our ID jam. Is there still some things that I have to explain, or perhaps adjust one of those things? Adjusting the brush right over here. Bloop. Is a bottle. Why would there be a random bottle over there? Because we have the tooth in the DC, like we have the AC and stuff hidden in its teeth as well. So again, it ate another random bottle, and we have 2 bottles right over here in that corner too. So I'd have to think about it. But it started to look like something, and it's getting to where I want it. Yeah, as for the people, when it comes down to line art, I don't think I am going to stream that part. For me, it's a whole lot of rendering and really, it is not as fun. It's nearly not as fun as brainstorming the ideas behind the entire concept, because then we're just, following the directions that we already have. So I'm gonna skip on the line art stream. But this is certainly something that I am loving and enjoying to share with you guys. So we have dies, a painting, makes all sense. Our chain link with our bonds, like all of the names of people that your character has a bond with. Like, oh hey, it's my teacher probably. So I thought of that as funny. Motivation and goal. This part over here could be a little bit more interesting. Do you want some space in between there? Because space, final frontier, is really something important for readability as well, and we're using a whole of chaos. This character sheet is yelling chaos, and I want it to be organized chaos. Like coins, like moolah, money. Even though I make a habit of it in game to say coins instead of using the word money. Like I'm purposely avoiding that word, like unsure about whether or not they had a similar word for it, and I'm just referring to coinage and coins. But yeah. So character name, stuff. Fantastic. What could be in that bottle? Gonna look at the reference that we have. This is our spell casting, or at least our spell sheet, sheet number 3 of our original character sheet. A spell casting ability, a spell attack bonus, and the spell casting class. So we still have 3 things to cover, and the DC was already named. Hidden in a teeth. Hidden in a tooth. Pardon me. Teeth and tooth. Aha. Just gonna make this note over here. Spell class. Bloop. And ability. There's a spell DC, but we already have it. Bloop, bloop, and a spell attack bonus. Attack bonus. Boom, boom. Lovely for our battle mage. Dunk. So there we have it, the reminder. For myself, I don't think anyone can read this at this point, and I'll be having trouble too at one point. What would be more fun? We've been using dice all over the place. We have a D4. We have a... It looks like a D8, but it's supposed to be D10 right over here. At least I know what it is supposed to be. I'll fix that later on. Or D10, because I love D10 dice. And that's just the reason behind it. Nothing more, nothing less. We already have our potion bottles, which is for standing for HP and the temporary HP. Maybe another set of dice. D20 is never going to be used for attack, for attacking with spells. At least. Well, hold on a minute. It depends on it. I mean, that would be damage, but to attack is still a D20, so... And I need reference of a D20. Because that is the kind of shape that I can't pull off from the top of my mind. Fun fact, if you roll, if you type in D20, you get to roll in Google right away. It rolls for you, even though I'm looking for an image. Alright. The most stereotype that is. I believe everyone has seen this one happening. And rotate. Flip. This type of image that we've probably seen around a lot. It's old as heck, but we love it. Alright. Thank you for whomever made this. And I'm very sorry that I'm not taking the time to figure that out and mention it. I will do that after I'm done mimicking. would be the attack. Well, I do have to be able to read this when I start conjuring line art. There we go. Future me will be very happy. I am going to call this ref. And right now I'm going to quickly look up the reference behind the image. It's the artist. Whoop. It's from iStock and credits go towards someone who is going by the name Line Art Line Art Test Pilot, but it's Line Art Test Pilot. A T is shared in art, so I can't quite pronounce this without making any hiccups. Lovely. So you can find this very image on iStock, and I'm gonna spell it out on my reference. So it's Line Art Test Pilot. There we go. Now that that has been sorted, there's a lovely list that we can use over here. Whoop, whoop. Spellcasting ability. Buckle up, buckaroo. B-S-C-A-S-C-A. SCA can be done over here. Or we have to trade it with the attack, but I think that attack bonus is funnier to put that one over there. Check spell class. I believe that would be going over here on the gummy spell class. Or at least on the gum of the mimic. Yes, we do have some space right over here, and we better use it. Even though we have some fun way of telling, like, oh hey, there's your attack bonus, there's your spell saving DC, it's like teeth. So, and we're bottle. Whoop. Whoop. Let's zoom out and see what we've done. Been using the teeth quite well. This is going to be a row of likes and dislikes. Helps with the character building. And if we were to go for what a mimic likes and what a mimic doesn't like, it's fairly short. It likes people, it doesn't like its coins to be taken because those are the shinies that it also likes. It may like also to spit acid on people and chew on many items. Mimic heaven. Having all of the chewing toys that it desires. I may want to adjust this area right over here as well. And this area contains character information like height, hair, color, skin color, hair, skin, etc. So what could I place in its? I mean, we could be writing on teeth. Oh. Or maybe gurgling up more acid. Could be a thing. One thing I do know is that whenever I'm starting to color this character sheet for the people who are going to purchase it digitally, we'll be having a whole lot of fun. Like it's gonna be green, purple all over the place. Green acid slime, purple gum. For the people new to the chat, feel free to chitter-chatter, talk around and discuss and feed me ideas because we're working together on this mimic character sheet. Enigmas already gave a lovely idea, which is the acid slime saliva going all over the place and giving us our lovely place to get in the numbers. Number crunching. Classes. And right now I'm debating about what to do with the hair color, skin color, that kind of corner that we have on the character sheet. What to do with it. For the spell class, it's pretty clear. It's chewing on a spell scroll. That is a waste of this spell scroll, but it also provides a spot for people to write down all of the spells that they've got, along with some place over here, there. I mean, plenty of space to write things down and get creative. Gonna get rid of that one. That was in the no-go zone. Oh, we've completed this checklist, so boop. Character name. Maybe that could be like a bookmark or something. Or a label. It swallowed a label. It did that. I have yet to figure out where to place a label, but there's something like this. Like a bookmarker, a label. Something our lovely little mimic can be chewing on. PC name, haha. And it comes in with the paper sheet that it is, like bookmark, label, tag. Maybe that's the thing that it's crunching on right over there, or let me turn down the opacity a bit so we can shove this in front of the other layer and figure out a good spot. This is the type of dog I would name Chester. Let me read for a bit. So you can put it to the right of the portrait and there is space there. To the right. That's right. It is indeed. We do have a buck tooth, but let me see. Doesn't have to be too big. Make it smaller. Gonna play with the idea a little. I like that. I like that idea very much. So it's decorating around. It's stuck around its teeth, right over there. This teeth is holding onto this bookmark. That is our character name. Thank you. Do-do. There. That looks lovely, as if you would buy this in a magic shop. With a tag on it. Aw. Love it. Thanks. Yeah, it could get stuck between his teeth. That's a thing too. But I have limited space over there because I still have to do that hair skin thingy. I really find that also important because we kind of have our character portrait right over there. So, you know what? But just for the namesake of doing this, look, next layer. Doop, 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 doop. Betty do. And this, we're just gonna skip on the whole part of skin color, hair color, eye color, height, character height. Character height might be something that I find very nice to, you know, at least as a DM, to get players to at least, you know, give some wiggle room over there, just mention it. So that might be a thing that has to be on there. Eye color and stuff, if they're using black and white or pencil drawings, then maybe that's a thing too. Usually everyone's capable of grabbing some internet pictures. Could be a marker that has more to it, so I'm just gonna make these teeth over here on the top row and bottom row perhaps a bit smaller, so we have more wiggle room to write down some of the essentials that might be important after all, rather than dismissing them. And I'm using some of these pug teeth, like a dog, on the front row of it. Alright, so we have name, and I would say hair. So, no, it's not the most important thing. Hold up. We kind of have the character name already on the sheet right over here, so character name and stuff, so it's not really important. This could be like an ID tag, a citizen ID tag in the shape of a label, a book label, like your library card or something. Can I get a wee bit more creative with the tail of it? We have, and maybe it's a wooden book label or something like it. Could be a thing. Reason it hasn't dissolved yet. Yeah, it's the big word. Yes, in a magic pet shop. Where would that little label go? So yeah, it's we're gonna say this is this little tag stuck between the teeth. That's what you get for chewing on things that you shouldn't be chewing on. I'm gonna debate about the motivation and goal section as well. It could be fairly short, at least the likes, dislikes. I don't think it needs that much space. It has gotten a whole lot more space than it should. So that's something to debate about. First, information. Boop. Aha! So we have age, eye color, height, and skin. So from skin we have also weight and hair. Yeah. Stuff like that. So I'll figure it out when it comes down to typography. But that's where that goes. That's fun. So that makes more sense. Let's zoom out for a bit so we see what so we can see what we've got going. The backstory, so we have the history is the backstory. Appearance, we have the painting. Allies and organizations is the chain link that we have. A little bookmark stuck between the teeth contains the character identity, like the height, eye color, skin color, hair color, weight, if we want to go there. Treasure is something that's on the first page, briefly, with coins at least. Well, I think I was thinking about this, like making an entire special treasure page. Like the way of the mimic is you hoard like a mimic. So there's an entire page that I want to create for the sake of, you know, collecting stuff. And we're gonna get to that in a bit. Could be like its flip side, its back side. And we have quotes. There's additional features and traits. Well, it could be fun because we have the abilities over here. We have a combat corner, but we don't actually, and that's something I also miss on when I'm you know, starting to fill in the character sheet, is I always have not enough space for the features that I choose or stuff like that. So maybe, and quotes is a lovely corner, but doesn't need that much space. I do want yeah, I'm starting to debate history, like how important is history to play your character. I mean, it is nice to know and have a summary of your history or your background, like, oh, it's past things, blah blah blah, and it's perhaps a thing that continues to evolve, like an adventure journal. So maybe instead of history, we could make it adventure notes, like notes that you things that you've been adventuring on about, like features, things you do or add to your character. I'll turn the page over here at creating a little space. Oh. Do we want that to be the backstory, or is it maybe something very good to have for features, like things that your character can do? Something I've seen on character sheets in the Forge. You have more space for your features and no space for, or at least at the very end of everything, you have some space for the backstory. I do believe backstory is important, but how relevant is it for players who just started or players who are experienced and really don't much need to look at it and have that thing in separate documents? The essentials. I do love a quote section. Like, a mimic plays into the player that is a actor. So what is important for actors? A bit of backstory is important. I'm just gonna keep this one at backstory. Like motivation from oops. It's like your character, the very core of your character, I think. Usually it requires a sentence or two, or even a word could describe the entire thing that envelops or is your character. Like the collector kind of says something. So to be honest, you always write a backstory on a separate sheet of paper. As do I. Because my backstories are impossible to fit within a character sheet. I have struggled with that for ages. Like, even my summaries are way too much for a character sheet, and I have to make steady pointers to smush everything in it. Kind of write a lot. But then again, it doesn't mean that it's not supposed to be, on the character sheet. It's maybe important, so you have... It is your cheat sheet. That is how I look at a character sheet. The character sheet should compose everything that you need to play your character. And I can't wrap my head around it if I get rid of the backstory and still have the numerous files open that I kind of do have. But for other players, like, these are their handles, so I think that they do need a part of that. Motivation, that would be nice. That does not have to be... I think motivation should be one word. Like, what makes your character do the things that they do, or one word that describes your character, what would that be? So it doesn't necessarily have to be motivation, but one word. Like a plaque. Like the collector or something. It's 2 words. Could be another teeth thingy. You could write something down on there. Or have a selection. My allies and our organization already took care of that. Features is something that I really think is important. So we have likes and dislikes. Core. Character core. If I can summarize that down or make a selection of randomized words that work out, or a short sentence that people have space over here, they can do something with it. It doesn't need to be much. It is more like a, oh yeah, a reminder, a note to yourself. This entire area should be features. No, I don't want chain links right over there. Already got them there. Could be a bit of a metal corner thingy. Pull the refs away. Maybe quotes can become features. And we have just a short list of quotes up there. We need a little more space for our features. Or at least really think about how to put them where and how people can summarize them and still squeeze in all the features that they choose or have with their character class. Like per se, I've recently started playing a Rune Knight fighter in combination with Warlock, and then you have the patron stuff that you have to stuff somewhere on your character sheet. You have the it's crazy. Yeah, it's like I had to cram a lot of things in limited space. Maybe it's... If you can make a short list of things, then yeah, it could work. Features. Because features do belong to your character, and features, it's not only something you choose, it's something that comes along with your class. It could be all the extra bit of information that you can't cram on the first page, and you always have trouble with the first page. At least I do. Things I want to cram way too many things in there, so. And with this creative mimic, I kind of want to force people to also cram things in different places, but hey, think about the barely the essentials, like what do you need to really needs to play a character. And just go for it. Make some quotes right over here. Like some metal plaque. And then maybe the one word that describes your character. Such a mimic. Like a tag, a character tag. So when multi-classing, you usually go for 2 character sheets, as it is more organized that way. That's really interesting. Thanks for the tip over there. I myself, I tend to be crammy, and somehow, especially in the lower levels, I managed to get away with it. Just cram everything and make some shortcuts. Like instead of writing attack full out, I have my shortcuts like ATT or damage, DMG, stuff like that. That kind of gives me more space to work with every little thing that I want to add into the limited space that I have. The thing is with this character sheet is probably that our original has a lot of more fields and areas to put your stuff in, because this one is one creative hellbound thing. But yeah, there's the fun in it as well. We all have our background story, probably document stashed to the side of it, because that's nice. As for treasure, yeah, I think I do want to go for the page number 4. Maybe. Question mark. That'd be nice. And one word to describe your character, and that may be a selection that if I put up the digital file, like some decorator thing, like stinky, smelly, like a marker with some notes. One word to describe your character. I don't even think that I need to make that into a selection pool. I just let people decide on by themselves, like what do they put in there. That's nice. Also, I think that maybe paste. Some wicked connected locket or something. And this could be an actual shield right over here. Or at least a small part of it that is clad in just iron, metal, something. Since you want to make a separate sheet for the treasure, you might want to take make it look like the inside of the mimic. Correct. That was the initial thought behind it. It's still on the question mark right over there. And if I'm going to make this special sheet like the Hoard Like a Mimic, page number 4, even though I like things to come in, you know, number 3. I am uncertain if I wanted to like be in continuation or indeed the inside. I think the inside is been debating that, like, hey, continue that or really go for the inside, but the inside is the way to go, because what do you find inside the mimic? That's how it hoards. Makes sense. So yeah, I'm following through with the initial plan over there, and you've guessed it. We can already see some parts of the inside going over here, like the belching part and the slime, obviously, and the teeth. But then if we really turn that thing around, we'll have a treasure page. What I'm thinking is the page number 4 will be everything together, like this entire thing that we have over here. That will be the backside of page number 4. It will be the inside. So I want page number 4 to cover 3 pages, and 3 pages are just, you know, a way to sort out your treasure trinkets. Oh, it's going to be lovely. It's going to be fantastic. As for today, I still have about 30 minutes to go before I really have to go call it quits for today, considering that I still have some house chores left to do. But I'm gonna save it. Boop. Layer save. So this is the initial ID for the first 3 pages. It goes over here on a plaque. A metal plaque that may have some decorations on it, like some scribbles that I'll do in detailing when I'm doing the line art. At least putting the memos for myself ready. Yeah, this looks like pure utter chaos, and I love it. We have the quotes, we have the one word to describe your character area, because why not? That's something that's probably hella funny from my point of view. And otherwise it's a lovely blank space to do something with. So I'll leave that open for the interpretation of people who are using the character sheet in the future. And same goes for the core and the likes and dislikes corner. Like, and those are just additional spaces that you can use. Yep. All right. Sketch up front. Final. So we know where we left off and been working on. Whoop. Next. We do have the outline over here, because it is literally the back side of everything. So I do need to work with that. That is a lot of space to work with, blimey. Yeah, to shove things a little more down. I do want it to continue, but then from this side, so we really have a good look at the inside of the mimic. Like, it does continue in a way for our continuation of page and turning the pages around. Like, oh hey. We have the back side of that little critter over here, no eyes. Thing number 1 could be a spot to write down coinage. like the extended edition of your coinage, not just a brief information there of coins. And then have the actual coin imagery behind it, a little more expressive and drawn. Probably have to make a lot of stacks of coins. Coin stack. Something you can probably write on. Some diamonds, some shiny, some gems. Going to be the coin stack over here as well. I would say some dice and coins to be very much stuck in there. And here I want a more organized version, or at least as far as that goes. But a whole lot of coins that we have in D&D, and I'll have to look up some references for that, but I will get the gist. Like every coin that they have, like spread out over here in this corner, and you can just write down 12. I have 12 of these, I have 13 of these, 14 over here. So you can write down the number of coins that you have from each coin in the coin itself. I think that would be rad. So that would be the first page would be all about points. And I would say page number 3, that would be the magic trinkets. Magic trinkets. Additional extra stuff, like fun stuff. Fun stuff for acting. Valuables like gems, so I'm gonna draw gemstones as well. Like a chalice, like how many chalices do you own? Well, let me look at my chalice in the back of my mimic. I think like that. That could work. A crown. And this character sheet will be a lot more fun when it is colored, and it will make a lot more sense as well. However, I'm going to try with my line art to make it as good as I can to at least be able to show the difference between the crown, tiara, earrings, that would thing. So I want this part to be a loop part where you can just edit numbers. Hello, Boma. Thank you. And I'm gonna show some gritty teeth in between as well. Like our acid doggy has some amazing inside features, and then here it gets darker and darker and darker. So that's why we disappear. Oh, into the abyss. And this is all the collective loot of the shinies that goes here. So, to write that down, valuable. Spelling, great. Valuable split. And that will be on the back side of the first page. Whip. So when you turn it around, you have this entire page number 4 is on the back side of your first 3 pages. So every page has its theme, like page number 1, and technically page number 2 would be the valuables page, because that's where you hoard your valuables on the inside of the mimic. I'm gonna remove the question mark, it's a given. Flip side. And the valuables have been drawn out mostly, so I'm gonna think of every trinket in the book that is of value to players, like coins, like the different coinage, coins from Waterdeep. So there's coins, gems, minerals, maybe, maybe if I really want to go for that. Like items that are of value, like a crown, that sort of thing. I think I want the crown more to be daunting. Like, it is so stuck in there, this crown, that it's real tempting to just pull it out. That's how I want the crown to be in there. Yes. How much do you own of everything? Yes. And you turn the page and show your mimic treasure hoard. It's a perfect way to keep track of what you've got. Visualizing everything. So here's some teeth, because, you know, mimics do eat a lot. Tempting. So this is the fun stuff department. Fun stuff. And with fun stuff, I am gonna draw weapons. Weapons. Did it just eat an axe? It did, didn't it? So we have battle axe, maybe a maul, things like that. Warhammer. A great sword. And you'll be able to write down exactly how much you own of what in this pit of fun stuff. Guitar, a lute, something the bot owns. But is not going to be happy with a mimic like this. Like, how is it keeping my instrument safe? Well, safe is another question that it probably has been reduced to a pile of acid. So anything of value consumed by said mimic is it's gonna dissolve eventually. So this is department of fun stuff, maybe a pillow here, there, a bedroll. Oh golly gosh, let's draw a bag of holding right over here in the corner. Yeah, I need references to draw a bag of holding, but you get it. Is it good for a mimic to do that? No, definitely not. Might it explode? If the mimic is a dimension pocket, then yes, I guess, yes. It's a rip-off bag of holding. Maybe a lantern right over here. Wink, 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 wink. So it's trash, just trash. Trash collection. So it's a visual thing of everything, and you can write down how much you own of everything. And of course we need some daggers right over here. This is obviously a great sword. How many great swords do you own? You own 2 great swords, great. And if you don't own any, then you don't fill it in, you leave it blank and just stare at it. Like, oh, all the things I could have, all of the treasure. Or trash. There we go. And hello, Red One Art. Yes, jewelry art object are into the valuable section right over here. So, and we have a trash corner and everything a party would probably collect, going from a loot, a harp, weapons, bags, bedrolls, whatever else. Trash collection. And here we go with magical trinkets. I'm not too certain about it, but it does make more sense to have magical trinkets on the 3rd page, because the 3rd page is our spell class and everything. Our spells are on the 3rd page. So, and if we want to do the order, the Hoard of the Mimic, which is behind every bloody page, there is a hoard to collect. Magical items are definitely in it. The Lamp of the Genie. Why would a mimic eat a lamp containing a genie? Good question. Why not? That's a magical trinket. Is there a part for kobold jaws and teeth? I would say you can always write down the amount of teeth that you collected in one of these teeth right over here. It's like there's so many teeth, and mimic has so many teeth. Like there's a tooth on every page. Or at least on every inch. So valuable trash like coins, crown, That is not really clear right now. So yeah, casual trash, which plays very well into the whole character, the character page, everything about your character. Fork, knife. Weapons, magical trinkets. Let me think. A flying carpet, that's a magical trinket. I'm gonna roll this one up and have only one bit of it out. Maybe you have some flashbacks towards Aladdin and then Rodney. The immovable rod. I'll make a design of my own and I'll refer to that. That's a magical item. And here's some of that classic drool. So I think I'm gonna use the page dividers, have some drool going on. Blip, 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 blip. Some of that acid drool. Immovable rod, that's a magical item. What else do we have? We have the amulet of health. Definitely a magical item that could be stuck to teeth. Here, whee! And I'm not sure how it was depicted, so I'll have to look that up. I'll have to look up a dozen of magical items that are obtainable, and I'm not sure how to draw many of them. But that little heart is a good reminder. My god, but that is a thing. They're expensive in D&D as well. It's like 30,000, I think. Gold. Pew. They're not cheap. Magic stuff. Haha, then we of course have potion bottles. The potion of invisibility. Could be a thing. A unicorn horn, huh? It certainly can do something. I mean, why not? Players could collect it. Why? I don't know. It's something. There we have it, unicorn horn. I'm gonna take a sip from my cup of coffee and think about some magic trinkets, magical items, like in the player rulebook. I want to collect it. If you have any ideas and suggestions, post them in our chat. And the haversack, that could be a magical trinket. Like the bag of holding is also a magical trinket. I know, pocket dimension stuff. So generally speaking, all D&D players are hoarders, so it's no surprise that they would collect a unicorn horn. Yes, indeed. And this might motivate them more to go after unicorn horns, because then they can score it down on their list of trinkets that they have in possession. Like, I have 1 unicorn horn, number 1. Bloop. And it's going to be a whole lot of work for me to go by every trinket that I just, had in mind. Do the line work and then figure out how to turn it into a PDF that players can actually fill in. Like, I have collected 1 unicorn horn. Whoa. That would be amazing. And they have a sack. Stuff like that. Bag of holding. Whoop. Maybe. We're throwing this into being a regular bag. Just, a bag or a pouch. Ooh, another good idea. A pouch. I won't be able to distinguish this later on, but it's the idea. Pouch. Maybe put a hand with rings on it. Aha! Oh, like somebody died in there and they're like, or someone lost a hand. I love it. Thank you. They took an entire hand. Oh, maybe some wristbands too. Like, like you have the bracelet of the archer. Could be a thing. Or dapper chat or woman if this one. Yeah. Either they are still alive or this entire person is lost in a mimic horde. I would like to say they lost an arm because mimics do be snappy like that. Here's the bracelet. Or they've been stuck in the bag or in the handy haversack. That could be a thing. Hold on. They're stuck in there. Yep. Oof. Not a good place to be stuck in. No, sorry. Making sure that that's the archer bracelet or something like it. Clear enough, I'll fix that with line art. The movable rod is already right over here. This one. I love an immovable rod. If I can, I stuff it in every campaign that I'm hosting. It's nice, and it gives the players some creativity to tackle techie foes. But do you always warn them, like, yes, it may be immovable, but it's not unbreakable. Unicorn horn. Maybe the unicorn horn shouldn't be so large. It looks more like a normal horn. I mean, we have the immovable rod right beside it. There we go. That's better. Items. No, don't be sorry. It's okay. I would have missed that part too if the unicorn horn kind of snagged up all of the spotlight. Turning this spot here into a drum. To make clear that this is a very special hoard. Oh, so many items. A quiver of magic arrows. Nice, good thinking. Like the quiver of endless arrows, something. Elven scribbles on it. It is a pocket dimension, and just for the heck of it, we're gonna go tell our mimic it's not anything of the sorts and can easily consume bag of holdings and stuff without, you know, going Pepsi. Even though it's inside, it's quite larger than it's on the outside at the moment. Right, there we go, quiver. Oh yeah, it's going to be a whole lot of work. It's going to take me a long time before this is done, actually. It was a wild goose idea of mine. Because every page has to line up with the first page, like the initial page. Here's the front liner, like character stuff. We have the features and character information, and then we have the spell kind of casting thingy, and I want that to align with the backside, having the entire hoard is the inside. So this entire project may even take me a year if I have some bad luck. Regardless of how fast I'm drumming up all of these ideas that you guys are pitching me. Alright, have a good time and see you next time indeed. Cheers! Thank you for watching. And thank you for the follow. Speaking of which, nearly got my goal and become an affiliate. Meaning that I can turn the sound stuff to with channel points. Something I'm looking forward to. Yes, indeed. Something's going on over here in the background. Maybe some more necklaces or something that I'm not aware of that are a thing in D&D. Maybe they trap a pixie or something in a lantern. Like, oh no. And hello! Which drawing software is this? It doesn't look familiar to you. This is Clip Studio Paint. And it is specially made for artists to draw with. To give it a little bit of a heads up, it doesn't cost something monthly. You can purchase it. It's a one-time purchase. And the last time I checked, it cost about $20, $20, so it's not that much. But it's one hell of a tool. Almost drawing over our bag of holding right over here. Bloop, there we go. Handy haversack, including person in it. And a whole lot of other scribbles that we have. A loot, the magic carpet in the corner right over here, and I'll have a lot of fun cleaning this mess up and turning it into line art. As for the people who are curious for the continuation, and be sure to check it out in Discord. You can always see the notifications and my streaming schedule in there. There we go. That's the Discord link. As for now, I think I'm going to end the stream and see if there is someone I can raid. And I see that Miss Sienna is busy working on something, so we are going to raid Miss Sienna in a bit, and I'll be streaming tonight as well, together with Red One Art. What a reminder, this is the front page. Something that I need to work on. And let me see and check it out. Alright. And let's go start this raid. Alright, I hope you guys had a lovely evening, or at least a lovely day, and maybe we'll see you in the evening. Alright, cheerios!